Hi Sagittarius, it's Power and Light Tarot coming at you with the reading. Today we have a cool tarot reading, and let's see what we got for Sagittarius, please. Let's see what we got. We have healing grief. All right, so somebody is healing, and they're healing their grief with wisdom. Here is the owl, right? Yeah, what is wisdom? What is a philosopher, lover of wisdom? Yeah, and but this lady, she has a happy look on her face. And so we have shadow treasures. Shadow treasures are, it can be like something that you can be hiding that is a treasure. It can also be like you didn't know yourself. Let's look at that, shadow treasures. And Black-Eyed Susan, that's her name, provides a light in the darkness while doing shadow work. All right, she's doing shadow work. And shine golden calcite. Shines a gentle, comforting light on hidden treasures. We all have part of ourselves that we keep hidden away from the world, not knowing that these shadow aspects contain treasures. Shine the light of love in the dark corners of your soul and look with compassion on these neglected qualities. You will find something very necessary to living your soul's purpose. I face my shadow with excitement, knowing there are treasures to be found. Wow, it's like, when you're in your shadow side, you could be keeping, qualities and abilities dormant, but also you could be judging yourself. So you are not working with, definitely not working in 100% capacity, right? You're not practicing, art, or it doesn't have to be art, but, your creative aspirations, things like that. And it says, I sift carefully through to I sift carefully through to wreck of my psyche and gently release neglected parts of myself. Yeah, this is about leaving behind the shadow. It's about somebody who just did the shadow work and they're like, and they know themselves, right? Yeah, interesting there. Okay, let's see what else we have. And we have the card of clear your aura. All right, so somebody did shadow work here and they have cleared their aura. Let's see what else we have. And with that shadow work that's been done, right? Shadow work is also like accepting that, you were doing things in the wrong way, and that has hindered you from being your true potential. Yeah, very interesting there. Let's see what else we have. And we have the familiar, and this is the ally. And we also have the wand, intention. Somebody has the intention to maybe heal grief, and you are a part of that, Sagittarius. It's possible. The hidden treasures can also mean, in context of this reading, that somebody has done the shadow work, and after they have done the shadow work, they have emerged as a new person, and they realize that you were a treasure. That's what's really going on in this reading. OMG, right? And the familiar, the ally is a friend, somebody who wants to support you, somebody you already know. The familiar can be from your past. It's a number 8. And this ally who wants to support you most likely is they're helping you. This is stepping into power. We have the number 8 there. That's a power number. Yeah, it is. And let's see, last year we had a power year, 2024. This year is about fulfillment, chapters fulfilling themselves, and we are moving into a brand new time, because Aries has moved into Saturn, and it's about a brand new 29-year cycle, right? With Aries in moving through each sign, 2.5 years approximately. And so that's kind of like we can say, I put a video on my other channel, right? You can see that, get the link below, or at least you can go over to my channel, right? And so yeah, watch that video, and that is Aries enter Saturn. But this can be like no pain, no gain. If you haven't done the work, you haven't, responsibility, self-discipline, things like that, then things might be a little bit hard. But Aries moving through Saturn is setting new rules, new boundaries, new structure. And so people will learn a lot too. They will. The bat spirit, a rebirth is assured. Yeah, somebody does learn. Remember, we have the shadow treasures. There is a rebirth here, Sagittarius. And now we have the swan spirit time for a deep dive. So the swan spirit is a number 6. It's recognizing that somebody loves you here. They recognize that themselves, but the swans mate for life, and so do wolves. And we have the wolf over here in the back here, showing on this card the familiar. The bottom of the deck is the Fool. Speaking of Aries, right? Aries energy. The Fool says, I got this. I'm doing this, right? And I'm going to have courage. I have the drive. I have the courage. And I have the passion, right? Yeah. And let's fix this a little bit. It's a little bit tight. There we go. All right. So, yeah. So let's see what we have for you guys, Sagittarius. And so we got, if you want to get a psychic reading, everything's below in the description box. I offer different formats. They're really a lot of fun. I have live readings, recorded readings. Check that out if you need, you know, the skinny on somebody, right? Somebody, yeah. Or, you know, for your own insight. I'm also a Canfield life coach. And I have tarot readings. Those are lots of fun as well. And I always check for accuracies in my psychic readings. Yeah, all the time, right? And yeah, Mystic Sense is a free 5-minute psychic reading, and you can get a past life reading. Super, super powerful to help you move forward. Bottom of the deck now, 4 of Cups. There's some type of rejection. Somebody could have rejected maybe the shadow side of themselves. But with the shadow side, we're not really supposed to reject it. We're supposed to accept it and improve and move forward. Accept it, right? You don't, when you reject something about yourself, then you are still feeling kind of down and out about yourself. Maybe self-resentment or, you know, things like that. So you accept it and you, wow, okay, I'm not doing that anymore, that way, right? Big learning, right? Yeah. And let's see what we got. We have the 10 of Wands. Judgment is in the challenge. It is here. It's in the crossing energy. It's a really important place for judgment, a great place for judgment. Let's cover the naked people here, right? And we just saw a rebirth is assured, and judgment is here, and that is rebirth. So somebody learned lessons the really hard way, the 10 of Wands. This can talk about Saturn, this card, because these are lessons, right, that somebody has learned. And, you know, Saturn rules the 10th house of career, authority, and ambition. It's also about a reward or restrictions, maturity. So somebody matured here. They worked on their shadow side, but it wasn't easy. It never is. Yeah, when Saturn enters the picture, right? And we have the Knight of Swords. We have the 7 of Cups. 2 7s are in the reading. There's an assessment here, 3 7s. One is reversed. The Ace of Cups is in the environment, and we have a rebirth is assured. Yeah, not insured, right? Yeah. Try to be insured, Sagittarius. Yeah, somebody backed into my car the other day. It just goes to show nothing is assured, right? Yeah. Anyway, yeah, judgment. We have the 7 of Wands here, and this is really overwhelming for somebody to learn some type of karmic lessons here, for sure. And clear your aura, that's another 7. So that is like, it's kind of like somebody has figured something out. 7s are all about assessment. Yeah, they are. We have the Knight of Swords over here. And, you know, this is external to you. Somebody's cutting. This person is taking action here. And I feel like they are the ones who have worked on their shadow side. We have the 5 of Cups. Yeah. And, you know, there can be an ending or some type of regret, sadness in this reading. It's right next to the 7 of Wands. And there could be an ending where somebody rejects somebody else, could be, resists them, like, I'm not doing that, I don't want that person anymore, that type of, really nicer to say resist, right, rather than reject, but could be, because remember, we have this 4 of Cups at the bottom of the deck. So let's move the camera down so you're able to see these cards if you so like, right? And now we have the 7 of Cups, and the 7 of Cups is here, and this is showing up in how somebody is seeing themselves. Let's move these cards a little bit more toward the light. So 3 7s, or is it 4 7s? No, it's 3, but and they're seeing themselves as making a choice. There may have been options, but, you know, it can be confusion, could. I don't feel like anybody is confused anymore. They've already made a decision, a judgment right here for some type of rebirth, their own rebirth, or rebirth with you, right? Yeah, and the Lovers. Yeah, this probably is with you. Here's the choice that's made, and somebody is seeing themselves making a choice in love. For sure they are. And this Hierophant is showing up in the past with the Tower. This could be a marriage kind of hit the skids here. It's probably a nicer way to say it than hit the skids, but, you know, we have the Tower and they're jumping out the window here with the Hierophant. This could be a forced change, like a forced ending of a marriage. And this can also be about what I really believe in now that I've done the shadow work. People change after they do their shadow work, of course, because what it means is that you're operating in the dark. You don't know yourself. You don't realize what you're doing to yourself or other people. You know, could be vices, could be anything, could be the way you just go about your life, right? But once the light comes in, which is after the shadow work is done, that's when that's when you experience wisdom and you act with wisdom. Morality, morality, good judgment, positivity, for sure. Nobody will be like making good decisions or behaving kind of in a productive way for themselves or others if they are in their shadow side, or if they kind of really haven't figured that out, because they're still in the dark and their behavior is kind of dark. They're in a lower frequency, right? They're in a lower vibration. So here we have, Sagittarius, the concern, Seven of Pentacles reversed. This is when somebody has already figured something out. Excuse me. Or they're done thinking about whether or not it's going to be a good investment, or, it's kind of like, it can be too like, well, I can't think about anymore about how it's going to turn out. I just need to take action. That's what's going on in the reading. Somebody realizes that they need to take action based on their change, based on their own personal changes, their growth, their experience. So Seven of Pentacles reversed, we'll get a card on that. It shows up with the Sun. Yeah, this is clear, and this is in the concern. So somebody makes a very clear, it's a clear, like, decision. It's underneath judgment. It's a clear decision, but there's a little bit of, well, I'm doing this, but I'm not, I'm not 100% sure that, everything's going to be fine. And Sagittarius wants me back. Really, judgment. This could be definitely a rebirth between you guys. In the environment is an opportunity. Somebody will offer you an opportunity in love right here, Sagittarius, because, their cup runneth over, right? Yeah, with you, right? With you in mind for sure. And, somebody could have kind of uninvested in this reading. And what I mean is just stepped out of a relationship or stepped out of something because of this huge change, this huge rebirth, this new way of looking at life, right? Saturn entering Aries. Oh my goodness, definitely could be a brand new way. Aries is already about brand new, and Saturn is about maturity. So now we're doing things different. Somebody in this reading is really in this Saturn enters Aries. I'm not sure what house it's in for them, right? If it's in relationships, Saturn could be entering Aries in the 7th house for somebody. The 7th house of relationships, yeah. And here we have the Ten of Pentacles, and that is what somebody wants. They might want a family with you. And this is the hope and the desire with the Eight of Wands. They want change, growth, progress, forward movement. And, there's a completion here. The Ten of Pentacles, all the tens are completions. We have the Ten of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles here. And, yeah, there's big change here. For sure there is. For sure. The Strength card showing up, Sagittarius, in the potential outcome. It's not so much about muscles, right? I mean, it's great if you got tone, right? But it's really about backbone, self-mastery, maturity, the Strength card. Yeah, and somebody really has grown here after they worked on their shadow side. And they're seeing that as, you know what? I'm so glad I went through that and I learned really what I was doing kind of wrong, right? What I was doing, that was just really messing up my life. And I didn't know about it. So I'm glad, you know, whatever this tower is and Ten of Wands is exactly, I'm glad it happened because now I can see shadow treasures. Yeah, it's very cool. Thanks so much for joining me here. If you guys want to get a reading with me, they're lots of fun. Please check out the description box below. Please like, share, and subscribe because it helps me to keep bringing these videos forward. All right? Please hit the little bell if you want to be notified of any uploads. Thanks so much, guys.